Imagine wanting to say something and having it just on the tip of your tongue, but failing to express it properly because you don't know the right word for it. For many people, this scenario is not just an imagination, rather, it is a past experience. Lacking the vocabulary that is just right to express one's thoughts is an almost universal experience. Vocabulary skills are very important as they are the building blocks of a language. Vocabulary is crucial to a child's first step in communication. So, what is the best way to develop and improve it? Recently, the spotlight has landed on dialogic reading as an innovative way to teach language to young learners. Dialogic reading takes it a step further than interactive storytelling. It is an activity where the educator does not simply read a loud story, but also sparks conversation and discussion with the children regarding the story. Advantages of dialogic reading include literacy improvement, brain knowledge, and of course, vocabulary growth. But before we get into how dialogic reading is beneficial, there are some points we need to acknowledge. Apart from dialogic reading, vocabulary can be taught in various ways, such as explicitly teaching the from list, using word games, and so on. Oxford Owl, created by Oxford University Press, suggests some ways to help children expand their vocabulary, which are conversation, reading, animation videos, and games. Furthermore, for a lot of people, vocabulary is not the aspect that stands out in the stories used in dialogic reading. Children's books have plot, amusing characters, entertaining dialogue, colorful pictures, and pretty illustrations. Will children truly pay attention to unfamiliar words rather than all these other striking aspects? If someone asks a child about a story recently read to them, chances are the child will not talk about learning a new word or two. Nonetheless, all those captivating elements come together in harmony to make dialogic reading an experience to remember, including the new words and phrases learned during it. Experts say that information obtained from a story is more likely to be remembered for far longer and at a more accurate level. From this, it can be said that vocabulary presented in stories is easier to remember. So children are more likely to recall as well as use the new words and phrases themselves. In addition, dialogic reading involves teaching in context. In study language, context is a crucial aspect that should not be ignored. If children were simply shown the word giggly and they had no idea what it meant, they will not really have any clue to find out. Compare that to if they were given a sentence, the little boy was all giggly after watching a funny cartoon, which contains contextual clues. They might be able to guess what the word means, or at least infer that giggly is associated with something funny. Teaching with context is acknowledged to be a great method as it has several benefits. Among others, it is more likely to capture the children's attention, make them focus on meaning rather than word from, and improves vocabulary retention. Context is also vital in learning homonyms, words with the same exact spelling and pronunciation. How would anyone, let alone children, know which meaning one is referring to when talking about words with the same exact spelling and pronunciation if there are zero context clues to help? Moreover, since it involves reading aloud and conversing, dialogic reading promotes pronunciation and thus helps with teaching homographs. Previous research has shown that dialogic reading can improve phonological awareness, including the ability to recognize the different sound of a language. And hence, it is a key skill in differentiating words that are spelled the same yet pronounced differently, especially when those differences in pronunciation are subtle. Take the words content as in media and content as in satisfied. For example, or present as in a gift and present as in to the presentation. One would not know the difference between these words unless they are said aloud or inserted into a particular context. Since there are opportunities to converse, the storyteller in a dialogic reading session can easily tell the children the correct pronunciation of things and even ask the kids to practice together. Dialogic reading is an activity of reading books aloud and encouraging conversation during it. It is an activity with many benefits towards children's language skills, including vocabulary. Educators should consider using dialogic reading in teaching children as it has evidently brought about many advantages that enhance the quality of learning and ensure the future generation grows up with the fundamental, yet pivotal language skill that is vocabulary.